Once a year, the good citizens of Beverly Hills clean out their garages and drive everything they have in the back down to Beverly Hills High School for the charity car show. It could be anything from this $300,000 Tucker, one of 50 ever made, to a car like this, a priceless 1930s Duesenberg, driven by William Boyd 60 years ago right here in Beverly Hills. He was the actor who played the cowboy Hopalong Cassidy. Tell us about the car you're showing today.
This is a 37 Ford, and it's been chopped, lowered. It's got a big engine in it. It's a 350, bored out to about 365. So it develops about 500 horsepower, and it's pretty quick.
Now you drive your cars, you don't just leave them in the garage.
No, well, I don't drive the Ferraris as much anymore. Those stay in the garage. And I drive the hot rods a lot. Yeah, this I drive all the time. I try to find people I can race on the street with, and then I can always get a ticket.
Now look at this ground clearance on this 1951 Studebaker. Can you imagine driving this over those Pennine Hill roads? Studebaker is very smooth, very contemporary looking, even for a 1951 car. And the new trend in American hot rodding is a mixture of the old and the new, as you can see by using the old dashboard and speedometer and the new switchgear.
This car here is kind of reminiscent of the genesis of hot rodding in 1939. And what we have here is the 40s kind of configuration, ready to go for the Mexican road race. And what made it special was the Bulldog front end, which basically they took the chassis and they Z'd it around the front axle using a stock front axle. And then the Duval windshield, which is kind of reminiscent of a motorboat of the 30s and 40s. And running the exhaust through the frame, through the chassis, so that it wouldn't get tangled in any obstacles in the road running through Mexico.
If it were 40 years ago and it were Beverly Hills and I was a movie star, I might be driving one of these, a Dual-Ghia. Handcrafted in Italy, 440 Chrysler V8. They made 117 of them, 40 remain. This one was owned by Ava Gardner.
It's roughly weighs 3,000 pounds wet with me in it. It's front-wheel drive. It's a small block Chevrolet engine. Puts out about roughly 825 horsepower.
And how does it manage to produce that much power?
Well, we supercharge it with a Vortex supercharger, and we've been 300 miles an hour.
How do you compare this show to others?
Oh, this is the family sort of show. This is Beverly Hills and it's ambiance. I'm here because it's close to home.
Tell us about the Packard you're showing here today.
I've had it about 12 years now, and I've driven it across the country to New York, and it goes like the wind. Run rings around any Silver Ghost.
Well, we've run into all sorts of celebrities and stars known all over the world at the Beverly Hills Auto Show. But imagine we ran into someone from Lancaster or something from Lancaster. It's a 1949 Rolls-Royce that was owned by a doctor in Lancaster. It moved to Los Angeles many years ago, has been in many, many movies, including Hook with Robin Williams that came out a couple of years ago. From Lancaster to Beverly Hills.